had a really interesting. My daughter's making faces at me behind my phone here. I had a really interesting customer service experience today that I want to talk about because I think there's some lessons there. Hi. So I called up a company where I have a subscription and I wanted to renew the subscription. I've got some promotions on there that are expiring and I wanted to renew them. And part of that conversation was an automated voice message system. When I called in, press 1 to hear this promotional offer, press 2 to talk to customer service. So I was like, nah, I don't want to hear the offer. Just take me right to customer service. So I pushed 2, went to customer service. By the way, the email that I got actually has a phone number for the Canadian division, and that's the number that I called. So I call them and I get through to somebody. I'm like on hold, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And they tell me that I've connected to the US and I have to call back a different phone number for Canada. Now, the email that I had, it had a at blah, blah, blah.ca email address. And I'm like, but this is the number I call. They said, totally get it, but you got to call 1-877 blah, blah, blah instead of 1-844. Okay, fine. So I get through, I call back to the Canadian number and press 1 for the offer, press 2 to talk to customer service. I press 2 to talk to customer service. And the gentleman I spoke with is really, really nice. And this was the right Canadian number. And I explained to him what happened. We went through the deal, whatever, and I got the offer extended. But I explained to him, like, the email, they probably took the email from the US line and is using that same email. They just changed the email address in it. And I said, hey, you should correct this or tell somebody that they need to correct it in marketing department or whatever. And he said, no, the number that I called is actually the Canadian number. And then he proceeded to give me a 1-888 phone number to call. Now, this guy was really nice, but the company is just really unclear with their systems. Apparently, they have a different phone system for the US versus Canada. Why not just simplify things? Just make life easy, right? And I don't get it. I don't get it. You need to think through things like your customer, like the experience that you want your customer to have. And that's kind of the point of this is, when is the last time you actually reviewed your systems and your processes and your communications to make sure that it actually makes sense for your customers?